Hey everyone, welcome to my kitchen. For those of you that haven't been here before, my name's Janice and I'm a Thermomix consultant. Now I am located in Queensland in Australia, and if you are looking for a consultant to help you with a Thermomix purchase, I can help you if you are located in Australia. Rightio? So I just thought I'd let you know that, but I am actually a consultant and I do sell the Thermomixes. Rightio? Today we are making a tart, a flan, a savoury tart. Now I've saved it to my week. I found this one the other day. Well, not the other day, it was yesterday, because I've got a big pile of zucchinis and I wanted something to use it up. Now I don't actually even know if I've got enough zucchinis, but I'm going to use what I've got. So it is, where did we go? Here it is. It's a ham and zucchini quiche, and it looks delicious, may I say. Okay, so we're going to start off, we're going to make the pastry. So it's got 60 grams of corn flour. Oops. Oh, 59, let's go see if we can get a gram. That's it. 150 grams of plain flour. Okay, let's see if we've got enough. I think I need a new bag. So this here I bought last week, and I've just had it in the freezer, and I pulled it out of the freezer this morning. And it's been in the freezer for, I don't know, about a week. So assuming that there was no bugs in it when it entered my grocery cart, there should be no bugs growing it now. And it's perfect. I'll put the rest of that in there after. No, I'm not going to make a big mess. 150. So this is just one of those modular make Tupperware containers, and 2 kilos of flour fits in this perfectly. Oops, rightio. Half a teaspoon of baking powder. A pinch of salt. A 150 grams of unsalted butter, chilled and chopped into pieces. So I pulled this out of the fridge just before I started the video, and let's go. So now with pastry, because if you want, like when you rub the pastry through with your fingers, when you rub the butter through with your fingers, you can melt it a little bit. So I love the Thermomix for cutting the butter through the flour, because you're not warming it up at all. Okay, might have got a bit excited here. couple more. $1.50. There you go. 30 grams of cold water. So I've just got, I've got a jug of water here with some ice cubes in it. Oh, and I don't want any ice cubes in my measuring spoon. Right. Now we're going to put the lid on, and it says to insert the measuring cup. 20 seconds on speed 6. Rightio. I don't know if you could hear that where it had all come together. And it had 11 seconds to go, so I didn't want to overwork the Thermomix with and overwork the dough. I mean, that's all come together. Now it says to transfer it onto a silicone bread mat or a lightly floured workstation and shape into a disc. So what I have got here, I'll take the opportunity in a minute to clean up. Is my clean, dry Thermomat. Now we're just going to shape it into a disc. Okay, and then we're going to put it in the fridge for 45 minutes. Just like that, just to rest. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go shoot these long sides in first. Rightio, because it'll stay folded better. Rightio. And meanwhile, continue with the filling. So it says to put this in the fridge and then clean and dry the mixing bowl. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the video, clean and dry the mixing bowl, clean up my bit of mess here, and then we'll be back to move on to the filling. Oh, what I'm actually going to do is I've got to put this in the fridge for 45 minutes so I can set the timer on my Thermomix for 45 minutes. Rightio? And then that will just stay there. If you drop it down, it says it's got 44 minutes and 51 seconds to go. Okay, so I'll be back when I'm ready to move on to the filling. So that we've got a clean, dry mixing bowl. And now we're going to weigh in 50 grams of Parmesan cheese. So this is the end of a block that's in my fridge. It should be close. It's 63 grams, so it says a sprig of fresh dill leaves only, so I haven't got any dill. Put the measuring cup on and we're going to grate the Parmesan. 10 seconds on speed 9. 10 seconds. I used to only ever buy grated Parmesan cheese because I always found it unless I wanted it for shaved. So it says, but since I've had the Thermomix, I only ever buy block Parmesan, and I love it. It's so much nicer. And now we've got to clean and dry the mixing bowl, so I will be back as soon as I've done that. Okay, one clean, dry mixing bowl. This is a time when it would be perfect to have 2 bowls. Then we've got 500 grams of water. Rightio. And then we're going to place the aroma dish in position. I'll just grab it. Alright. And then we're going to weigh in 600 grams of zucchini. Now I had 750 grams of zucchini. So it won't be that much now because I've chopped the ends off and I have de-seeded it. So you want about 3/4 of it to go in there. So what's that? About that much. Oops. And we're going to cut it into 3 to 4 centimetre pieces. So let's see if I can make a big mess here. No doubt. How much was that? I don't know because I don't know if that was 0 when I put it on there. Rightio. And then put the aroma tray in position. And then we've got the rest of it. And put the lid on, and now we're going to steam that for 15 minutes of aroma temperature on speed 1. And then I'll be back and we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so you can set the chime to, you can change the tone, you can set it to like you can set it to go for longer, you can set it to continuously. So I have mine set to the default chime and indefinitely, and it is in your, now, if we go back to the front page and then go into our settings, and it says sounds. So you've got volume, you've got duration. So I've got mine set for 5 minutes. And I've got the standard melody. So that's so they're things that you can change about your Thermomix. Now I like mine, I've got it set for 5 minutes, but I like it because I don't want to get caught up with what I'm doing, the other thing that I'm doing, and it stopped chiming and then me forget that I was in the middle of something. Not that I would have this time, but there are occasions when I do forget. Okay, so it says to remove the aroma and set aside. Okay. So that's our steamed zucchini. And you can use your Thermomix as a steamer to steam your vegetables as well. I sometimes do broccoli really quickly. And you can also layer it up and put your carrots on first, and then after so long you put your broccoli on, depending on how big you've got it, on how big you've cut it, on how long you want to steam them. So I own a vegetable steamer which I have not used. It's just up in the back of the cupboard in the laundry. I should donate it or give it to someone because I have not used it since I bought my Thermomix, and I bought my Thermomix a great number of years ago. It's probably it's probably no good now, so it's quite old. And now we're going to clean and dry the mixing bowl. So all we need to do is empty it out and wipe it out with a tea towel. So I'll be right back. Rightio. So that was just a quick, that was like 5 seconds to give that a rinse and dry. Now it says to preheat the oven to 180 degrees. Which I've already got happening, and then place a baking tray onto the oven shelf. I haven't done that, but anyway, we won't worry about that right now. 50 grams of olive oil, that'll do. 1 brown onion cut into quarters. Put the lid on, and we're going to chop it for 3 seconds on speed 5. And now we're going to put the simmering basket on top, and we're going to saute the onions for 5 minutes. And I'll be back. Okay, next step. Now we're going to add the reserved zucchini. I'll just show you that. If you can see the little bit of browning on the bottom. The house smells like... and that's our timer up for the 45 minutes that we had to rest our pastry in the fridge. Smells like barbecuing onions, the whole... So I'll just scrape that, all that browning off the bottom and mix it in, because that is just flavour. Okay? Now we're going to add the reserved zucchini. the lid on with the mixing bowl, and we're going to give that a little blitz. Right, and now we're just going to set it aside to cool for 10 minutes. Rightio. And I'll just show you that. See, we've still got some nice chunks in that. Rightio. And we're going to set it aside to cool for 10 minutes. So if we drop this down, hang on, let's go next. Rightio. And we're going to set that 10-minute timer again. Not there, there. Okay? Okay. That was 10 minutes cooling time. Let's go back to our recipes. Recipe. So we've got 100 grams of diced ham. It says cut into pieces approximately 1 centimetre. But I have pre-diced ham that I bought from the supermarket. I buy this all the time. I like this one. It's real ham, and it's diced, and I buy bacon as well, the same. Rightio. 4 eggs, rightio. So I'm going to crack these eggs into a bowl. I usually always crack eggs into a bowl. I'm pretty confident of these eggs, but just in case. Oops, that was a bit close, wasn't it? $50 grams of whipping cream. Now this is optional. I love adding a bit of cream to scrambled eggs or quiche or anything. Really gives it a nice flavour. Okay, a teaspoon of salt. That's a half teaspoon. And half a teaspoon of black pepper. The cheese. That's our grated parmesan. And it should have dill in it, but I didn't add the dill. Okay. 4 seconds, speed 3, with the blade in reverse, so we're not going to mince our ham up. Or we don't want our zucchini chopped up anymore either. Rightio. So now we're going to roll the pastry out between 2 sheets of floured baking paper. Oh, it's already opened. I was waiting for it to open. I'm going to give that a quick mince with this. And I'll show you that when we tip it into the rightio. So I'll clear this up and then I'll come back and we'll roll out the pastry. Rightio. Now it says to roll out between 2 pieces of baking paper. I'm going to roll it out between 2 Thermomix because I have them. Now this pastry is quite firm. So I'm going to have to, see it's breaking instead of flattening. It'll it'll be okay once I get it going. Oh yeah. So they want it to bring us out to about 1/2 centimetre thick. So I want it to be big enough to line the base and the sides of this. Yeah, line base and sides of a tart tin with pastry and trim edges. So, if I look at my Thermomat here, I need it to be just bigger than this 28 centimetre line around the outside. What I am going to do is I'm going to flour it a little bit. Okay. Just get this bit centered. And I'm going to flour it again. Because we're nearly at the 28 centimetre round. Oops, I just tore it. This is super short pastry. Perfect. Now it tells me to trim it, but I'm not a pastry trimmer because, I mean, what do you do with those little bits? I don't like waste. Okay, beautiful. Now I'm going to line this. Oops. I'm just going to push it into the corners and then crimp it down so it's level with the top of the dish rather than cutting the excess off. And if there's a big overhang anywhere like there, then I'll come around here and just add it in where it's a bit thin at the top. This is a really nice soft pastry. Righty-go. So it says, what's it say? Carefully pour filling into tin and place onto a heated baking tray. So I've got a baking tray in my oven, in my preheated oven. And this one was interesting. I thought I'd give it a go too, because we don't have to blind bake the crust. Now I'm assuming that the tray in the oven is in case this boils over. So it must, it's quite full. Rightio. That does smell good. That browned onion and ham smells delicious. Rightio. And then we're going to cook it for 40 to 45 minutes at 180 degrees or until firm and golden. So I am going to pop this in the oven, set the timer for, I'll set it for 30 minutes. Oops, 30 minutes, oops. And then I'll check it at 30 minutes and I'll see what it looks like. Yeah, so this is it coming straight out of the oven. And that was the 45 minutes exactly. I did it for the 30. It was still quite wobbly in the middle, so I did another 15. So we're going to leave it to cool slightly before we eat it. And I'm interested to see how that's risen and puffed. I mean, a lot of quiches fall. So I am interested in seeing that. Rightio, I'll be back when it's cool and we're ready to have a bite. Rightio. So I've let it sit here and cool, and I've got a piece nearly out. The pastry is super soft and buttery. The first piece of pie you get out always seems to get killed, so rightio. That's it there. It is really moist. Now, that pastry is beautiful. Absolutely delicious. Let's just have another little taste to make sure it is delicious. Rightio. I'm going to throw together a bit of a tossed salad, and we're going to have that for tea. That is absolutely yummy. We've let that cool down probably for 15 to 20 minutes. And it is, like, it's still hot, but it's not burning hot. Rightio. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, could you please give it a thumbs up, pop over to my channel and subscribe. And I really hope I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.